From Delaware's premier television company comes a new and exciting website, Delaware28.com. On Delaware28.com, you can check on the latest updates on all your favorite shows, around town, city scene, cook to order, product knowledge, and the Tim Paul Show. And now you can also enjoy our live feed feature where you too can become a star. So don't delay and get on your computer today and check Delaware28.com. Delaware's premier television programming is now your premier website.
We mentioned earlier in the opening we were going to be talking to Jimmy Biggs. I got Jimmy here with me. I caught up with him over here at the Celine trailer. And I'm going to let Jimmy do a lot of the talking now because my voice has already gone away trying to talk over some of these cars. Jimmy, welcome.
Thanks. I feel odd that somebody's holding the microphone up to me, but hey, today down Cecil County, it's Ram Racing's Naturally Aspirated Series, their season opener, and for the 08 season, they've invited 422 Motorsports, which is a nostalgia super stock series that they tour the country and race. And you talk about some nice cars. This is all the old wheel standard cars when you and I were like kids, you know.
Long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. We used to read about them in Hot Rod magazine. Well, most of these cars are the very same cars we saw then. 422 Motorsports, the guys that run that really have a superb operation. They're kind of local here. They're up, past Exton or something like that, up outskirts of PA there. But you talk about first-class operation of cars. They're all Ford guys there, but they let every manufacturer race in their series. A lot of nice-looking wheel-standing cars. Hopefully, we're looking at some nice shots now from Frank showing the wheel-standers there. And with the Ram series, they have 4 classes themselves. They have the Pro NA, the Drag Radial, the 10.5, and the AMI class. Now, they set an all-time record this race to start the season, 76 AMI cars. And Rich Maitrey, that runs the series, he doesn't want to do the bump spot and let me explain the bump spot to people that don't know. We got to get qualified there.
Right.
So it's all run. So there's 76 cars. We got to whittle down to a winner out of that. So that should take a while with that.
Well, yeah, we got to hustle them through. Listen, I want to ask you real quick. We're talking about those cars that ran back in the day. We saw a factory-altered wheelbase car run. Would that have been an original car back from the day?
Most likely it is with those guys because they're all guys that make, if we had their money, we could burn ours, you know. But, and you see that stuff, that's the predecessor to the funny cars that we now see. Correct. That they all look alike, but then they had to build their own funny cars. That's how they got the name, quote unquote, funny cars, because they all look funny.
Yeah. Now tell us a little bit about Celine, what Celine's doing here today.
Okay, well Celine, it's kind of like a test and tune thing for them. They didn't have a real big turnout. Celine is really big on the West Coast, and on the East Coast there's not a whole bunch of guys. I guess there's 15 Celines running around here. But the one behind us here, the yellow one, that's Jim Diamore Sr.'s. That's one of the few Celines you'll see that's naturally aspirated because a good part of them are supercharged.
Right.
This one runs real low 11s. I think he's dabbled into 10s before, naturally aspirated, which is not bad for a car today.
Absolutely. And that's a street-driven, tagged, regular car.
Every day, because last night they were busy. They do a lot of work with TCI. And they put another TCI converter and transmission in it last night about midnight, or else they would have been down here last night, because they're constantly changing applications for TCI. They do a lot of testing, and Comp Cams, they do a lot of testing for them. JDM Engineering is like top-notch in the Ford field for tune-ups. Jim Diamore, a senior, I should say Jim Diamore, a senior, is he's actually junior, but he's the elder one now, because Jim Jr. that owns this car is the third. You talk about a guy that is like a walking brain with tuning cars. He tunes for Roush. He tunes for all the new cars that come out of Celine. He does that. And he does some stuff with Ford too that I'm not allowed to talk about. So.
Well, that's okay. And they're also painting the Vipers right now.
Yep, Celine handles that out there too. And of course they have stamped the mold for the new Camaros too. You know, they put the prototype cars. You saw them in the, what was that movie? I'm going to stump you now.
Oh, I'm not. My mind's off somewhere else. I was thinking, we're talking about paint, and I'm thinking there's a red car here, there's a Mustang. You said it was like an $18,000 option. They actually disassemble the whole car before they put it into paint. A lot of aftermarket tuners will just order black cars in so they can blast the outside, and just the under the hood will be black and the outside will get painted. These are completely done right. I'm also looking, we got a pickup truck here, and that's going to run some pretty crazy numbers.
Yeah, that's just fresh out of, that's a fresh motor from JDM. They're the world famous specialist, Ford specialist there. And that thing you're probably going to see, I was with him the other day up at ATCO, and he was running real low 10s with it. They've done a couple things, changed some shift points, so you're going to see that dip into the 9s. Not bad for a heavy Ford pickup truck.
Absolutely. No, I'm doing you a disservice by we're talking about everything else, but we got to talk about Your Way Network and what your real thing is, what you're doing right now.
Well, I do, like I said, I travel the country. Oh, I didn't say it. I shouldn't say it like I said. I travel the country. I put up races live, all the outlaw stuff live. Like next weekend, I'll be out in Las Vegas with the Pacific Streetcar Association. That race will be up live. And I do a lot of work on the West Coast. I try to make it out there once a month. So I pretty much travel the country. I tour with Fun Ford Weekend, that traveling series. Put those races up live. Do some stuff out of ATCO in Cecil County.
Well, give us the URL. Where can they see this stuff?
YourWayNetwork.com. And then my weekday job, I work for Celine pretty much full time with doing their in-house video work and their advertising and that kind of thing, and a lot of video work for them too. Besides JDM Engineering, I also do that, and I should give you a little hint, but I can't talk about what JDM is going to be a large manufacturer when we get down the road for new Ford performance stuff. So.
Jimmy, that clock is ticking. I thank you very much for talking to us today. I really appreciate it. It's nice to see you out here.
Yeah, I like doing this side of it better than doing the interview myself. You got a tough job. How's it going, Steve? Thanks.
Thank you very much.